From trapped and vulnerable to calm, confident, and terrifyingly close, these clips don't show random sightings. They show intent, awareness, control. Every movement feels deliberate, as if something ancient knows it's being watched. Once you notice that pattern, none of these encounters feel accidental anymore.
Oh, that's Bigfoot. He's right at the line of the pines. He's going in.
This clip feels unsettling from the very first second. A man slowly approaches what appears to be a Bigfoot stuck high up in a tree, its massive body wedged between thick branches, breathing heavy while watching him closely.
Whoa, see what I'm seeing? I see you, buddy. It's okay.
The cracking wood, the low growls, the way the creature shifts its weight, none of it feels random anymore, only intentional. One question lingers. If it gets free, how will it react? If the first clip showed a creature trapped and vulnerable, this next one shows calm control. Somewhere deep in the Pacific Northwest, a man spots a massive figure crossing a remote forest, moving slowly and confidently, like it owns the land. The Bigfoot doesn't rush or react. It simply walks while the man stays perfectly still, hoping to go unnoticed. At this point, the activity is no longer subtle. The heavy footsteps, bending branches, and silence between movements feel deliberate, aware, and calculated.
Oh my God, that's Bigfoot. He's right at the line of the pines. He's going in. I can still see him. He's behind the trunks now. Please keep walking.
And just when you think these encounters stay hidden deep in forests, this next clip breaks that idea. This footage from Oklahoma feels unsettling from the very first second. A dark, furred figure walks openly, towering over its surroundings, broader and taller than any human should be. The camera shakes as the person filming hesitates, struggling to process what they're seeing. At this point, the activity is no longer subtle. The heavy stride, unnatural height, and purposeful movement feel intentional. This is clearly not human. If seeing one figure was disturbing, this next clip raises even more questions. A trail cam deep in the woods captures two massive figures moving through the darkness. One strikes a tree with its hand, not in panic but with intent, while the other pauses after clearly noticing the camera. At this point, the activity is no longer subtle. The awareness, coordination, and reaction feel deliberate. Seconds later, they flee together into the night. Was this protection, warning, or something else entirely? While many sightings happen far from people, this next clip feels uncomfortably close. This footage feels unsettling from the very first second. A massive hair-covered figure stands in a quiet garden, calmly picking tomatoes and eating them like it belongs there. At this point, the activity is no longer subtle. The deliberate movements, confidence, and way it scans the yard suggest intent. The camera trembles as the creature feeds, unbothered by being watched. No fear, no rush, just routine. Just when you think these encounters can't escalate further, this next clip shifts the scale completely. A helicopter hovers over Skull Island, blades cutting through humid air, and then a scream erupts. A massive dark-haired figure freezes before letting out a sound that's part roar, part human. The camera wobbles as its gaze locks on the aircraft, muscles tense beneath its fur. Every movement feels deliberate as it turns and moves into the trees, guarding something unseen. If the last clip showed raw dominance, this next one reveals speed. A dark furred figure appears at the forest's edge, moving slowly and cautiously at first. Then something changes. Its strides lengthen, legs driving it forward as it runs from one end of the forest to the other. The movement isn't random. There's urgency, awareness, and intent. Shadows flicker as it weaves through trees, the pounding footsteps making the impossible feel real. After witnessing that speed, this next clip shows restraint. The forest stands quiet as a dark-furred Bigfoot steps into view and freezes, as if sensing the camera. It scans its surroundings slowly, muscles tense but unmoving. The silence feels heavy, broken only by faint rustling leaves. Nothing about its behavior seems accidental. It lingers, aware of being watched, caught between curiosity and caution. The moment feels measured, intelligent, and unsettlingly controlled. Just when the encounters couldn't feel more surreal, this next clip changes everything. A red-haired Bigfoot walks through a Florida wetland, its movements calm and deliberate. Sunlight reflects off its fiery fur, blending with the swamp while still feeling out of place. Its gaze shifts toward the camera, curious but unthreatened. The confidence in its posture suggests this environment belongs to it. Untouchable, aware, and completely at ease, it moves like it has always been here. If the last clip felt calm, this one feels like pursuit. The drone glides over thick bush when something catches the operator's eye. A massive, dark-furred figure emerges, and he mutters, "What is that?" The Bigfoot moves with purpose, pushing through undergrowth like it owns the forest.
What is that?
The drone struggles to keep up, shaking slightly as the creature glances back, almost aware it's being watched. Myth or reality, this presence feels undeniably real. This footage shows how quickly fear can take hold. The forest feels alive as a woman walks cautiously, then freezes. Something massive moves nearby. A brown-haired figure, easily 8 feet tall, darts past her. At first it's a blur, gone too fast to process. Slowed down, the truth is undeniable. Broad shoulders, long limbs, a clear Bigfoot silhouette.
Oh, come on inside! Carly!
The air feels heavier as the question hangs. Was it curious, or was it warning her away? After seeing how fast it can disappear, this next clip shows patience. A trail cam captures a massive figure pacing through dense forest, dark fur blending with shadows. Each step is heavy yet careful, deliberate rather than rushed. Branches snap, leaves rustle, but the creature doesn't startle. It pauses, glancing toward the camera as if measuring the intrusion. Nothing about its movement feels random. Every step and glance feels intentional, aware, and calculated. And sometimes the most unsettling detail is agility. Across a river, a man spots a tall, shadowy figure. As he zooms in, the shape sharpens. Broad shoulders, long arms, an unmistakable gait. Without warning, the creature hauls itself into a tree with shocking ease.
Okay, I'm going to show you the zoomed in clip. And then after the zoomed in clip, I will stabilize the zoomed in clip. I just wanted to show you zoomed before I stabilized it, because sometimes it's a little clearer. I mean, he's zooming way up there with his cell phone. There's the figure kind of walking around, and then boom, up into a tree. It's just crazy. That thing's huge. And here's the zoomed and stabilized. I don't know what it is. It's very Bigfooty. It's out of the ordinary, unusual. If that's a person, it's a dang wide person. That's like a football player-sized person with all their pads and everything on, and hoist themselves up into a tree. All right, I'm going to play it one more time.
It pauses on a branch, towering above the forest floor as if aware of being watched. The man's hands shake, caught between fear and disbelief as the figure lingers above. If that encounter felt distant, this one is terrifyingly close. Snow blankets the yard as a man steps outside and freezes. A massive Bigfoot stands just beyond his porch, watching him calmly. Heart racing. He whispers, "I'm scared." The camera trembles as the creature shifts slightly, its gaze locked on him.
I'm scared.
Every movement feels deliberate. The tension is suffocating, as if the creature understands exactly how fragile the moment is. When daylight fades, fear takes a different shape. This footage feels unreal, like stepping into a world not meant for humans. In total darkness, a massive figure moves through undergrowth with purpose. Each step is deliberate, brushing past branches without hesitation. It doesn't rush or stumble. It knows exactly where it's going. The camera shakes as broad shoulders and long limbs cut through the night, leaving the feeling that we are only witnesses. Just when you think you've seen every side of this creature, this next clip feels strangely intimate. A trail cam captures movement in a garden, then reveals a hulking figure bending down to nibble on leaves. Its massive frame moves with surprising care, aware of its surroundings. It pauses, glances toward the camera, then calmly resumes feeding. For something so elusive, the normalcy of this moment feels unsettling, like catching a secret we were never meant to see. Animals often sense danger before humans do, and this next clip proves it. 3 antelopes freeze on a forest trail, tense and alert. Then a tall, dark figure steps into view, black fur faintly reflecting light. Each step is heavy and deliberate, commanding the space around it. The antelopes bolt, but the figure pauses, tilting its head as if aware of the camera. The man filming can barely breathe, stunned by what he's witnessing. Sometimes it's the smallest details that make these encounters disturbing. The camera captures a Bigfoot holding what looks like a chicken. Where it came from is unclear. It pauses, examining it with almost human curiosity before moving deliberately into the forest. The person filming struggles to keep the camera steady, pulse racing. This wasn't wandering. There was purpose, intent, and a strange intelligence behind the movement that makes the moment deeply unsettling. Not every encounter captured is threatening. Some are unexpectedly tender. A trail cam records a mother Bigfoot moving through dense woods, her dark fur blending with shadows. 2 small figures follow her, playful and curious, making sounds almost human. She nudges one gently, then pauses, sniffing the air as if sensing the camera. For a brief moment, they sit together, a quiet family scene rarely witnessed, wild and strangely emotional. This final clip leaves the most lasting impression. The forest stirs as something flickers between trees. Slowed down, the shape becomes clear. A massive Bigfoot stands perfectly still, yet impossibly alive. The camera shakes as if reacting to the presence itself. Nothing here feels random. The gaze, the stillness, the silence. Every second feels charged, like the forest is holding its breath while being watched. After everything you've seen, one truth lingers. These encounters don't feel chaotic or mistaken. They feel observed, measured, and intentional. Whether myth or something far closer than we'd like to admit, the forest remembers. And once you notice it watching back, you never forget that feeling.